So one of the most valuable things that you can do today as a designer to impact your business is to simply care about your client's business. And I think this is something that a lot of designers are missing, and a lot of designers aren't really realizing how impactful that could be. So when I say care about your client's business, a lot of designers kind of think about like their design, they think about their work and how well they're executing. And that's great and all, but the reality is that for most things, it doesn't really scope down to primarily just your execution, just the quality of your design. What businesses want is just business results, right? So a founder wants business results so they can get to a different milestone, so they can get to better sales, they can get to better funding, or whatever it is they're chasing. And for you as a designer, if you can care about the same things that they care about, if you can align yourself to what they want to do and execute appropriately, then you put yourself in a completely different league than everyone else. And this is something I feel strongly about, and it affects my execution as well. When I work with a client, the first thing I'm looking for is really just, am I excited about their business? Because if I'm not excited about their business, then there's no way I can really care about their business at the same level as they do. And that's what sets up the relationship from the start. Because if I care about the end result, if I care about the project, not just my design quality, I'm going to give them a better result. I'm going to give them a better experience. And that comes down to really what matters most and what creates the most value and the most impact. So what happens to me a lot is that clients say, hey, Corey, you're really, really expensive. You're too expensive. And I get that. I charge probably well above market rates for most designers. But the thing that happens after that is after we work together, my clients always say, hey, Corey, you were expensive, but you were worth it. And that's the difference. The difference is really just that for me, when I approach a project, I approach it from a position of, say, mutual motivation of trying to get to the same place. I'm not here to show up and say, here's my deliverables, here's what I made, I'm done, here's the invoice, I'm out. I'm here to get them to the result. So when I do that, so when I engage with a new client, I'm doing that from the very beginning. From the first meeting, we're going through it that way. We're going into the details of what their business could be and how it could change and how I could possibly affect that in a way that would be beneficial to them. So that's the approach that I use that for me has won me the most clients and won me the most client loyalty, where clients would not only give me a project, that clients would come back to me and say, hey, Corey, I love the way you approach this. Let's do this again. Because for them, there's no one else that they can find who has that same motivation or that same way of showing up to them. Everyone else is just there to just execute. Whereas I'm there to produce results and I'm there aligned to what they want to do, and we have the same mutual interests. So that's how I set myself apart. So for you as well, if you're struggling to really close projects and you're struggling to set yourself apart in the market, what I would recommend you do is to find businesses that you care about and then show up that way. Don't show up talking like a designer, show up talking like a potential partner in the business, a partner to their success, and that will completely change the way your client relationships begin and continue. That's it.